Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Wizards getting the W. They getting the win column. I mean, now if you, hey, a win is a win. It was ugly. It was rough, but I mean, we'll take it, man. It's better than taking an L. So let's get right into it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? D and Ed back at you guys with another Locked On Wizards episode after a Wizards dub. First of all, guys, I want to thank you all for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Well, Ed, they got it done. I know you said in the last episode you wouldn't have been surprised if the Wizards lost this game, and it almost came to pass. I said my bold prediction that they will win by 10 plus. At one point, it looked like, hey, they probably win. They wouldn't win by 10 plus, but as we seen, that was too good to be true. So, what's some main takeaways you got? What's your thoughts?
So I did hit on the bold prediction, 6 guys in double figures. I said 6 or 7. So I guess I wasn't super specific, but I'll take the 6. So Kuz was in double figures with 26. Kuz, shout out to Kuz for hitting the game winner in his hometown and waving goodbye. He was being, he was definitely being very energetic. And, since he was back in Detroit, he was chirping with the fans a lot during the game. Spencer Dinwiddie had 12. He had a quiet 12, which is kind of the way he's been the last couple of games. I still didn't like that he was not as aggressive as, we signed him to be aggressive. He just hasn't been aggressive the past couple of games. I don't know if it's the knee or what's really going on. Bradley Beal had 25, but that backcourt violation was just awful. And, I'm not going to get into the contract on this episode, but, on Wizards Twitter, he had the interview with Chris Haynes. And I saw a little bit. I know you probably saw the interview. Everybody saw the interview who's a Wizards fan on social media today. And plays like that is why, people are skeptical on giving him the contract that he's eligible to get at the end of the year. But like I said, I'm not going to get too much into that. But plays like that, and then he turned the ball over again in the fourth quarter. I feel like he had another turnover in overtime as well. But he did hit some big shots. He hit the step-back jumper in overtime. He had a step-back jumper in the fourth as well. He got to the free throw line in overtime to give us a 3-point lead. So Bradley Beal, he cannot constantly turn the ball over in the last 2 minutes in overtime. It's a habit. That's what it is. It's a habit. It's something that we know is coming. We're not surprised about it happening. It's something that we know is going to happen. It happens almost every game. There's a turnover. The inbounds play, I didn't really like it either, where we first had to call a timeout on the first inbounds with Dinwiddie inbounding the ball, and then after the inbounds, we threw it to Bradley Beal in the corner. I thought that was a terrible play call. I don't know if it was all on Wes Unseld Jr., but the inbounds plays have been a problem this whole season. And I'm not going to celebrate this win. It is what it is. It was an ugly win. We needed this win after coming off a 3-game skid, but I'm not celebrating at all. I don't even know if I'll put up the dub. I think I already put the dub up in the beginning, but, I don't even know I could put the dub up on this win. Caldwell Pope, he came out guns a-blazing in that third quarter. He came out guns a-blazing. I had like 11 straight points. He had 13 points, and I feel like all his points came in that third quarter stretch. Right after halftime. Denny played well in the first half, and then he didn't get a lot of playing time in the second half, but he looked really good in that first half. I like what he did. He was aggressive and was going to the basket and made 2 threes. Raul Neto gave some energy off the bench too, 10 points. But this is a team where you're really supposed to beat them by at least 10 points. Like you said, your bold prediction. This is a team we really should have put away. Cade Cunningham got to the basket very easily. Once again, the pick and roll defense was not great. He was getting to the bucket, and we were switching. We were putting Gafford on him, and of course he's just going to take Gafford to the basket almost every time. Jeremy Grant, I did not like that foul call at the end where I think he flopped and fell back. I thought that was debatable. Now, we did challenge one of them where KCP slapped the ball down. That was a successful challenge. That's something that I did not like towards the end. But looking at the key stats, we out-rebounded them 45-37. Points in the paint, we got a lot of points in the paint with 52 to their 38, so we improved on that. We got back to our bread and butter with scoring in the paint. I thought we moved the ball a little bit better, but we still need to run. We still need to push. fast break points. We had 2 fast break points. We're just not even trying to run. We're just not even trying to do it when I know we're capable of doing that. But I love Kuzma's energy. He got a couple offensive rebounds. I love Gaff's energy. And we showed some life. We were down by 10 at one point, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Because we were down by 10 in that first half. It looks similar to some of the other games, but we woke up and we started to play hard and we got some buckets to go down. But yeah, once again, this is not a win where I'm just pumping my chest at all. This is not a celebratory win, but we're 15-11 on the bright side, and we got some things that we got to work out. But I'm happy to see that Kuz has some confidence tonight because we're better when Kuz is good. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of Wizards fans are going to look at this game. Yes, it's a win, and you're always happy you get a win, but man, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. The Wizards should have put the Pistons away. They went on that run. It was like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They were up by a good amount. I don't know if it was 6 points or not, but they were up in that fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left. And I'm trying to look it up now. The Wizards were up, 103-90 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. And the Pistons just went on a run. And the Wizards were just struggling to score. And next thing you know, the Pistons are tying the game up. And it's going into OT. That can't happen. And it happens so many times. The Wizards go on so many just dry spells where they can't buy a bucket. It'll be like 5 minutes, 6 minutes without the Wizards scoring a basket. It happens too many times. I mean, you're lucky it was the Pistons tonight. Because if this was the Jazz, like it's going to be in the next game, you can wrap it up. You can really wrap it up, especially with the 3-point defense that was shown today. I mean, look at that Frank Jackson. I mean, 5 for 7 from the 3 was killing him. I mean, Jeremy Grant 2 for 2, Sadiq Bey 2 for 4, Diallo 2 for 3. I mean, the Pistons are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, and they shot 54% from the 3. So, I mean, as far as the defense, I wasn't impressed with the defense. They gave up 47% from the field and 54% from the 3. I mean, the Pistons were getting to the free throw line almost at will. Now, you can blame someone out on the ref and some questionable calls. But, I mean, you look at Jeremy Grant. The Wizards have an issue guarding 4s. Jeremy Grant dropped 28. Sabonis dropped 30 or 31. Siakam dropped 30. And all of them got to the free throw line a lot. The Wizards have an issue guarding the 4 currently. I don't know what it is, but they got to figure it out. I mean, I'm happy the team won, but we're talking about a team that has 4 wins, a young rebuilding team that has 4 wins on a 9-game losing streak. And it came down to the wire like this after you were up with 6 minutes left. I mean, sheesh. It's tough to like really, it's nothing to really pump your chest about. Like you said, honestly, because this is a game that you should have won and not in OT. But Bradley Beal, the late game thing, the backcourt, it was just inexcusable. I mean, inexcusable. You got to know where you are on the court, and the double team's coming. The double team's going to be coming. And you can't step on the, half court mark. That just can't happen.
Right.
Spencer Dinwiddie, just not aggressive. I mean, that's not what he got paid to do, to not be aggressive, etc. You still want better production out of him. Kyle Pope went off in that third quarter. Daniel Gafford with the blocks, crazy. I mean, the Wizards are just better defensively with him there. Those blocks are important, having him there for those blocks. And then Denny, he was hot in that first half, like you said, but, kind of just fizzled out in that second half. And you could say it's to playing time, etc. But Trez was interesting because did Trez get in that second half?
He had 18 minutes altogether. I was going to bring him up too on the next segment, but no, you definitely hit something there with Trez. I'm looking at the box scores too, and that's not the typical Trez minutes that we usually see.
Yeah, so, I mean, before we get into all that, guys, and we get into Trez and his minutes and that whole situation, which was a little odd to me, and guys like Anthony Gill getting some minutes in, doing a little bit of work. We do have a message from our friends over at Truebill. Is your ex still using your Netflix? That's what one woman found out after she downloaded Truebill, which finds and cancels subscriptions with just a tap. Truebill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel. Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so you don't have to. Truebill has over 2 million users and helped them save over $100 million, like Matthew, who says, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my DirecTV bill, saved $120 for the year on my Cyrus XM bill, and saved $840 a year on car insurance. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. Go right now, Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. It could save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. We also have a message from our friends over at Spotify. In case you don't know, Shopify is a complete commerce platform that lets you start, grow, and manage a business. The subscription-based software allows anyone to set up an online store and sell their products. Shopify store owners can also sell in physical locations using Shopify, POS, our point-of-sale app, and accompanying hardware. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstart, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility, and Shopify helps you make your entrepreneurial dreams come true. I love how Shopify has the tools and resources that make it easy for any business to succeed, from down the street to around the globe. Shopify powers over 1.7 million businesses from first sale to full scale, reaching customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more. It allows you to gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond. More than a store, Shopify grows with you. This is a possibility powered by Shopify. Go to shopify.com/LockedOnNBA, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/LockedOnNBA right now. Shopify.com/LockedOnNBA. So, Ed, I don't know if you want to start off with Trez, because that was interesting. You know, he had the 18 minutes. I know he was in foul trouble, but he only ended the game with 3 fouls. I don't know if West didn't like what he was doing defensively, or, you know, he just felt like he was off, or if he was hurt. Maybe we'll see some in the post-game comments. I mean, what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he might get on Twitter and say something. You know, he's very vocal. He's, you know, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. So he's a very vocal guy. So we might see something on Twitter. But there was a screen. I want to say it was Josh Jackson for the Pistons. It was a screen and roll, and Josh Jackson had an easy jumper, and Trez didn't step up. And now some of his deficiencies that we have heard in the past, I bring it up all the time with the Lakers and the Clippers, the reasons why he didn't get a lot of playing time in the playoffs or in the fourth quarter is because of some of that pick and roll defense. He has to step up there. That's one thing that I could see clearly. But Gafford was playing really well. So, I mean, sometimes it's like either or. You know, West doesn't really play both. Where I think the one time where you could have played both bigs at the same time was that Cleveland game where we were just getting roasted in the paint. But right now, like I said, with the rotation, it's either one or the other. And right now, Gaff had the hot hand. You just can't put Gaff on a bench if he's blocking guys 6 times, because he's the one who's given us a defensive post presence. And Trez is not a defensive-minded big where Gafford is. He's a legitimate shot blocker. I think Gafford is a top 10 or top 5 shot blocker in this league right now, and I don't think that's much of a debate. But 6 blocks is incredible. 7 points, 10 boards. He got rewarded, and I think Gafford definitely should have played, especially with that sprained ankle that it looked pretty bad on the replay of the sprained ankle that he had. And Gafford finished with 27 minutes. So, you know, and he was finishing around the rim. Didn't have a lot of points. But Trez played with energy. I didn't think he did anything wrong offensively, but yeah, like I said, defensively. And Anthony Gill getting minutes too, that might have cut into Trez's playing time a little bit. I like what I saw from Anthony Gill. I mean, he's not going to do a flashy play. He's not going to cross anybody up. He's not going to dunk on anybody, but he did the dirty work today. He had 4 points, 2 boards, 2 fouls. I mean, he came in there and made an impact. He gave some energy, and there's been some games where we haven't seen any energy from anybody. The Cavs lost, the Raptors lost, and the Pacers lost. We saw 0 energy, but Anthony Gill came in tonight and gave a good 8 minutes. So I'm happy to see that from him. So Aaron Holiday only had 4 minutes tonight too. He had a terrible turnover where it was a cross-court pass, and I want to say it was either Killian Hayes or Cade Cunningham had an easy dunk. And I like Aaron Holiday, but that was a terrible turnover, so that might be why he didn't get a lot of playing time tonight. But Dinwiddie got 35 minutes tonight, so the starters played a lot. I know there was overtime too, so that inflated the minutes. But I know I went on a tangent with the playing time. But, yeah, that is interesting about Trez. We'll see. The Jazz, they got Rudy Gobert, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. So I'm intrigued to see if Trez – I mean, he's not going to get just 18 minutes. I think he'll get more playing time against the Jazz. So I'm intrigued to see that going forward. And that brings up more intrigue with Thomas Bryant when he comes back. Somebody's going to be the odd man out because, like I said, West does not play – it's not going to be like last year with Robin Lopez getting 20 minutes and then Gaff gets 20 minutes and then Alex Len gets 15. It's not going to be like that this year. Somebody's going to be upset with their playing time. So that's a preview for that.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Montrezl Harrell at the beginning of the season, I mean, he was playing like a madman. He was playing out of his mind, and now he's come back down to earth. And, the defensive issues, with the pick and roll, not stepping up, etc., you see it. It's definitely there. When Daniel Gafford's not in the game and Harrell's in the game, or DG's in foul trouble early, or he's not playing and Trez is starting, you see the lack of presence down there. I mean, it's hard to replace a guy who's getting 6 blocks in a game. You notice that. So, I don't know what it was specifically tonight. Maybe West was just feeling like Gill should get a little bit more. He was out there trying to get rebounds, etc., hustling, bringing a lot of energy. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see about it, like I said in the post-game comments, etc. But that was interesting to see, definitely. Because I thought at one point I was like, maybe he's hurt or he's laboring or something, but I didn't see anything. So, we'll see with that. But Davis Bertans, 11 minutes, 6 points. Seems like he only had 1 shot, but he had 3 free throws. It seems like his minutes are, going down there a little bit too. Corey Kispert didn't play today, but I think Bertans is – Wes Unseld sees it too. He has to continue to play. And if he doesn't, I do think Corey Kispert has an opportunity to usurp some of those minutes. So Davis Bertans, his minutes have been dropping.
Yeah, he actually played a little bit better today. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he played a little bit better.
He did. And maybe that's the key. Play him 11 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Don't over expose him, etc. Just put him in there for a little periods of time. You hit a couple threes, take him out. Maybe that's the key for him. Who knows? But I think all in all, man, it was a tough game. Shouldn't have been that tough, in my opinion. But you got to win. You get back in the W column, and you need it to, because we know what the schedule is looking up, and we know who they got next coming up. So, before we get into player of the game, X Factor, just put Jazz in general and how that all is going to work out, we do have a message from our friends over at Stance, Ed.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Stance. Founded in 2009, Stance Apparel represents a radical reinvention of socks, underwear, and active apparel with a sharp focus on comfort, quality, and creativity. Stance brings a typical aesthetic alongside some of pop culture's hottest collaborators for the ultimate in style and self-expression, because everything you wear should be a direct extension of who you are and how you feel. What are your favorite designs? They got designs and collaborations with Wu-Tang Clan, Batman, The Goonies, Star Wars, The Office, Harry Potter, Disney, Marvel, Bob Marley, MLB, and also the NBA and even Pixar. It's very soft and very comfortable. It's very clutch as well. You know, it's getting warm outside, so I'm sorry. You know, it's getting cold outside, so you definitely got to put some Stance joggers on and a nice hoodie. So Stance, they believe that the perfect fit matters more than fitting in. That those who feel good do good. Just go see yourselves, register for an account at stance.com and get 15% off your first purchase. Use promo code locked on at checkout to apply. Enjoy the color and comfort of a lifeless ordinary with Stance. Yep. So, D, who was your player of the game, the X Factor? We'll probably do the Jazz preview tomorrow. We got a special guest in Chase Hughes, so we'll probably break that down tomorrow. But we'll just finish up with the player of the game and the X Factor. Who was your player of the game and the X Factor?
Player of the game, I'd say Daniel Gafford, man. I give him some love. 6 blocks is a lot of blocks. You know, he didn't put up big numbers. He only got 4 shot attempts, 7 points, but 10 rebounds. He had 10 rebounds. But I think those 6 blocks, man, his presence in the paint is so big for this team. And I want to give it more recognition, especially for what we see when he's not playing and when he's fouling out. I mean, when he's fouling and has 2-3 fouls early in the first half. And we see how big of a difference it is interior wise when he's not out there. And you see it, you know. Now, I'm not saying he's Rudy Gobert, etc., but he's very effective down there. He's very effective. And I wanna continue to bring light to that. So DG, I say, is my player of the game, man. 6 blocks is big. Not a lot of bigs can do that. You know, that's not easy to do. Or else every big would be doing it. My X Factor, I would say, I give it to Kuz. Yeah, the corner 3, game winner, corner 3. Chatting it up with somebody in the crowd. I mean, waving goodbye. Now I know some people Wizards fans probably wouldn't like that because it's like you beat the Pistons, is barely anybody in the arena. I mean, you waving goodbye to a crowd over a 4-win team, you know. So, but you know, if that's what he liked to do to get him hype, that's what he liked to do to get him hype. But I mean, I think he had a good game today. He helped the Wizards out a lot, man, offensively a lot. So I say Kuz X Factor.
Definitely, I got Kuz. You know, he had Kuz control and waving goodbye. He did the same thing in Cleveland too, and I got him as my player. And I got Gafford as the X Factor.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me. Shoot, Kyle Kuzma. Maybe it's something about that corner, man. That corner 3 in the clutch. He hits that. He hits that. Kuzma in the clutch it's been a thing this year. He's hit multiple clutch shots, multiple clutch threes. I mean, I love to see it from him. You know, you know, every time Kuzma do something, it's gonna be, you know, hey, Wizards won the trade or LeBron was holding them back or something like that, and all that jazz. But
definitely, Kuz hit 4 threes, 6 for 7 from the free throw line, was a +2. Denny was a +14, and I got to give him some credit. But X Factor definitely was Gaff for me. 7 points, 10 boards, 6 blocks, controlling the paint. I love when Gaff plays like that with energy. Like I said, with the sprained ankle, came back and played hard. It was a rim protector for us. And once again, Kuz, 26 points, 7 boards, hit a couple offensive rebounds. And he provided some energy, and he's been playing that point forward too. He's one of the few guys that want to push the ball, so I love the energy that he's bringing. I just want to see more consistency from Kuzma. But he stepped up and made some big plays when we needed him to, and when he's talking to the crowd, that's when he's at his best. So I love what I saw from Kuz. Kuz was the player of the game once again for me.
Yeah, 100%. And like Ed said, guys, next episode we're gonna get into the Jazz preview. We got a special guest. We got Chase Hughes coming on. NBC Sports Washington reporter, Wizards reporter. So that'll be definitely a fun episode. So make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow for that. But once again, guys, thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. Now for your second listen, Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets, hosted by your boy Q with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. Ed, should we end it off with a dub? I mean, is this one of those things? I mean, what you want to do? It's up to you, Ed. You
You
think this
know,
is deserving of ending it off with a dub, or how you
you know,
feel?
not today. I'm
Not
sorry,
today, man.
not today. Even though we
I
are
respect it.
15-11, we're 15-11. We're the 4th seed in the East, so it's not all the end. The world is not ending. From what we saw earlier today on Wizards, when Wizards Twitter, it was like the world was ending today before the game even started. But yeah, no dub for today. We'll save it for the Jazz. If we beat the Jazz, they definitely get a dub.
Yeah, if they beat the Jazz, they get me. We will end it off with a dub. But tonight, the Wizards win. You know, overtime. We'll take it. A win is
Yeah,
a win. We'll say that. A win is
right.
a win. But that's all we got for you guys today.
All right, you guys. Hail to the Wizards. Have a good one. Make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube and Chase Hughes from NBC Sports Washington. It should be fun tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Peace.
Peace.